Lesson 42, page 104, 105, a triad. A triad is a three-note chord, and it's in stacks of thirds. If you remember back to the lesson, we talked about thirds, skip a note. So those are thirds, right? And fifths, when you have three notes in between. So, what we're going to do is stack two thirds on top of each other. We have a third from C to E, and it's a third from E to G, and it's a fifth from C to G. So the three notes of a triad is the root. Now, I'm going to explain this real quick. Where I'm from, the colloquialism is to say root instead of root. So in some of these explanations, I will likely default to saying root instead of root. I'm sorry. It's just the way I grew up talking. It's a root. So these are the one, or the root, or the root, the third, and the fifth. Now, in root position, the root, the third, and the fifth. In root position, the notes are line, 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 or space, space, space. And what I mean by that is look at the bottom of page 104, where it has all those triads built on the C major scale. If you look at the first one, C, E, G, there's a line through the C, that's the ledger line, so that's a line note. The E is the bottom line, G is the second line up. So all three of those notes are on a line. The D, F, A, well, D is on a space, it's in between the ledger line for C and the ledger line for E. So D is on a space, F is on a space, A is on a space. Those are space, space, space. EGB is line, line, line. FAC is space, space, space. GBD is line, line, line. ACE is space, space, space. BDF, line, line, line. CEG, space, space, space. Now notice, this CEG is space, space, space. The first CEG was line, line, line. So, now do the left-hand one. CEG is space, space, space. DFA is line, line, line. EGB is space, space, space. FAC is line, line, line. GBD is space, space, space. ACE, line, line, line. BDF, space, space, space. CEG, line, line, line. When you name the notes of any triad in root position, you will always skip one letter of the musical alphabet between each note. So, C-E-G, you C, skip D, E, skip F, G. D-F-A, D, skip E, F, skip G, A. It's just this pattern of stacking thirds. Remember, thirds skip a note. So when you stack thirds on top, you're skipping those two notes. That's it. This is a triad. So just practice it to where your hand is in that formula. Your hand is just used to being in a way. Now, the technical fingering for this is 1-5-3. Because of all my time playing chords over the years, I oftentimes will left hand do 1-2-4. It just feels more comfortable for my hand. Some teachers are going to be real sticklers for this, but as I go up and bring my left hand across my body, this puts pressure on my wrist, where that relieves some of the pressure. I'm playing the same notes. Now there will be reasons why you need to play 1-3-5 sometimes, and you should do that. But if you analyze me playing the next song, Cockles and Mussels, on 105, I will start out like this, but I would likely deviate from the suggested finger numbers because it's more comfortable for my hand. Now, in order for you to practice this properly, you should follow the finger numbers and learn it that way. And over time, you may find some things that are a little more comfortable. But the problem comes in to, like, if I do 5-3-1, 5-3-1, 5-3-1, 5-3-1, then 4-2, like it is at the end of line 2. If I was 1-2-4 or 4-2-1 on the F chord in measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't count incomplete measures, so the G at the very beginning is a pickup, so that's not counted as measure 1. Measure 1 starts with the word Dublin, if you're looking at the lyrics above it. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is an F chord in the left hand. Now, I'm playing it this way. If there was a legato marking under that F chord to the G and B, by doing this, it would probably be smoother to do that. And that would be a reason why I would make sure I had 5-3-1 on the FAC, so I could easily play the B, the B and the G with 4 and 2 smoothly. But since there is no legato marking, that's okay. But these things aren't things you should intentionally practice inaccurately. They're things that over your time of playing piano, you will find certain things that work better for you mechanically. So, the things about Cockles and Mussels, it says it's in the key of C major. There are no sharps and no flats in the key signature. The key signature is the space after the clef sign before the numbers of your time signature. It starts out piano. There is a ritardando in the last 2 measures and a diminuendo or decrescendo. So it's going to get softer and slightly slower in the last 2 measures. And it says to start moderately slow, so this is not a fast piece. And there is a pedal marking and 2 fermatas in the very last measure. So the right hand comes first, the pedal goes down with the right hand and holds for the left hand, and you release the pedal when you release your hands. You don't pick your hands up and continue holding the pedal and then the pedal up. The hands and the pedal come up at the same time. So pause it, practice Cockles and Mussels, and I will play it. Alright, now this is in 3-4, has an incomplete measure, so it starts on beat 3. I'm going to say 1, 2, and then I'm going to start playing on 3, just so you can count along if you are. 1, 2. So, make sure, like if you look at measure 1 and 2, your left hand is tied from the dotted half notes, which is 3 beats long, to a half note, which is 2 beats long. Then you have a quarter rest when you play that C in the right hand. So your left hand should be resting there and moving and preparing to play the D triad. Left hand gets ready. resting at the end of line 2. Pedal and hands release at the same time. Well, that is this lesson. Take a look at 104 and 105. Thank you.